right, welcome back to another episode of JR Takes, and it is good to be back. We were kind of MIA for a little bit there. It's been, a month since our last podcast?
It's been a minute.
Since the draft.
Yeah.
A lot's happened for us.
Yeah,
JR
it's mostly
Takes.
Ryan to blame because he had to work overtime for his job, so...
That is actually true.
We didn't. Yeah, our schedules couldn't align, but Ryan's all done with that, and we are back and better than ever, ready to talk about OTAs or something. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about the schedule, giving our predictions, as we did have the schedule released. We didn't have an episode for it. Obviously, that happened about, 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
But as we said, we were just couldn't find the time, but we will cover that today, so have no fear. Anything you want to discuss about the Seahawks in relation to that, as far as what we didn't
Not a
cover
whole lot
that happened during our time away?
The only thing I would really say is mentioned, or like worthy of being mentioned, is just how I feel like a lot of the analysts that are predicting us to go 7-10 haven't looked at our schedule, because it's hard. It's easy to say in May, but this is an easy fucking schedule.
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be an easy schedule when the season ended, and we knew who we were going to play. But with the bye being in the first half of the schedule, but not too early, everything kind of just aligns nicely. There's not that 3 games in 10 days situation that we had last year again. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you look at this schedule, considering the fact this was already a 10-win team that kept most of the core, and think that we're going to be below average. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I agree. I was looking at the schedule earlier today and just kind of going through what my predictions would be, but I was doing it so quickly that I went back and did it again, because I ended up having us lose only 3 games or something because of all the shitty teams we play.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is you look at this and there's not that many games really at all that I look at and I'm like, oh, we're fucked, obviously there's the Rams. They always give us a miserable time, but
I also like where our bye week is at this year. It's at a very
opportune time.
It's at a very player friendly time, I think.
Yeah, and with the Thursday night games we have too, after those you kind of have a mini bye, so that's the plus side of it. But you want to just jump into it? Do you want to go just each game we give our prediction?
We'll do that. Before we do the regular season, we'll do. I guess we don't really need to give our predictions for the preseason, but we got old Pete Carroll coming to town week 1 of the preseason. That'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, for not playing in the regular season, that's as cool as it could have gotten. I think
No stakes on the line, so it's just kind of
it's just gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, you wonder if Gino's gonna play any snaps against us. Probably not, considering it's the first preseason game. But it'll just be cool to have Pete in the stadium again.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
never
2
know
years.
though. First game for a new team, Gino could take some snaps out there.
I think they'll at least do a little bit, just because that'll it's going to be at
Lumen Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gino will get a standing ovation, I feel like.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what animosity any fan could possibly have towards him, because
I feel like they'll give him
I have no ill will towards Gino.
I don't know why you would. The guy played his ass off for us for the better part of 3 years, and
backup, just
Yeah, it's a good
he
story.
was on the team since 2019. We actually had him for a long time, if you think about it. But he played well for us and didn't, complain in public, at least anyways. Didn't have an annoying agent that was always saying he wanted to be traded. So, yeah, I doubt he'll get booed, but I don't know. Just Seahawks fans are weird and like to be angry at their former players for no reason. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then following the Raiders, we have the Chiefs and then the Packers. Got 2 preseason home games this year. Did we have that last year? I think it alternates.
Honestly, last year's preseason is not even in my memory. So I couldn't tell you who we played or what the score was or anything, really.
Yeah, that's fair. I couldn't either. I guess we'll just kind of go right into it. Week 1, we got the Niners at home. I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm a little annoyed that we have to play them immediately, because Yeah.
18. That's crazy.
And it's not a primetime game either. But we're at home. That generally would make you think our odds are better to beat them. The Seahawks in general are really good at home openers, have a pretty strong record in that regard. My only thought is the Niners, in all likelihood, are going to be fully healthy for this game. That doesn't mean Brandon Ayuk's going to be back. I kind of doubt he will be. That'll be less than a year from his devastating knee injury.
He's not going to be back anytime soon.
Yeah, so I just think about it logically. I'm like, okay, who's Brock Purdy throwing the ball to? Kittle? A whole lot of Kittle. So
Kittle and Ricky.
They're gonna have to. I'm not worried about Ricky, to be honest. I think
The guy
they'll be able
survived
to-
a gunshot, right?
Yeah, but did he survive the Witherspoon? I don't think he did.
I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
that got him. But yeah, I think this has major potential to be annoying, especially if they don't stop Christian McCaffrey. But he's another guy. It's like, dude, both his Achilles are like, fish string right now with how like depleted they are. So he's a guy that could just be done in training camp for the season, or he could be healthy the whole season and be a nightmare. That's kind of, there's no in between in my thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're gonna pull off like a 20-17 kind of win here, because what I predict mostly for this season is being carried by a strong defense. I mean, Seattle's defense was already about top 10 towards the end of the year last year, and definitely was arguably the most improved unit throughout the season. And they have a whole nother offseason to build on learning the Mike McDonald system, and they added quite a few playmakers back there. Namely, I don't know what we're going to do with Nicky Manwari just yet, but he's someone that has a chance to be like a serious game changer back there. In another year of development for Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen coming back. There's not a position group in that defense that you look at and you're like, we could substantially upgrade there. Maybe linebacker, but even then, I liked what I saw out of Tyrese Knight. So I just think our defense is going to be able to stick it to them without Ayuk, and we'll pull off a close game on a game-winning field goal.
I'm kind of with you on all of that. I'm not really buying the whole Christian McCaffrey is going to have an elite season stat-wise. I just don't really buy his health. He hasn't been healthy over the past. Well, I mean, he had that season 2 years ago where he just was insane. But I look at his resume, and he's also getting older. The Niners also lost Greenlaw, bunch of their different players. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close victory as well. And I'll say it's a medium scoring game, like 24-23 or something like that, and it'll be a defensive stop at the end.
I like it.
Then moving on to week 2, we got the Steelers on the road, and that's a 10 o'clock game. Until the Steelers figure out their quarterback situation, I'm making this prediction based on Mason Rudolph being their starter, and I think we just... See, this is tough because I want to say we beat the hell out of them, but they kicked our ass 2 years ago with Najee Harris and Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm a little scared. This could be a trap game, and it's early in the season. Weird things happen to good and bad teams early in the year. But I'm still going to give us the dub. I'm going to say our defense comes to play on this one, and we only give up 9 points.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I feel really similarly about this game. The paranoid part of me is like, we're just going to lose because it's an early season game on the road, and the Steelers are going to just find a disgusting way to win. I think of last year when we played the Patriots in like week 2 or 3 and barely beat them. They ended up being one of the worst teams in the league, but it was an early season wild situation where Jacoby Brissett was having them play decent football.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I think about it, like Mason Rudolph is bad. The Steelers didn't. I mean, to me, they had the most confusing and bad offseason of probably any team in the NFL, making a blockbuster trade for DK Metcalf and then trading away George Pickens for like less than they gave up for Metcalf. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I thought the whole point was to pair them together. So DK is like by far and away their number one weapon. They haven't done anything else really besides sign Van Jefferson, who's like 49 years old. They drafted Will Howard, who's, like a developmental day 3 quarterback. They flirted with Aaron Rodgers, but now even if they sign him, he's missed now OTAs, probably going to miss minicamp. Probably would be a training camp signing if anything, and we beat Aaron Rodgers last year on a better team. So why would that move the needle? When it comes to the context of this game, I'm not seeing a logical reason for losing this. The only thing is where it is in the schedule and the fact that it's on the road. But as you said, I think it'd be too dumb to lose this game for me to pick it happening. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we would. I say we win a just gross like 13-3 kind of game that everyone just kind of wipes from their memory afterwards. But we're 2-0.
Nice. You want to take the next game, the Saints?
Yeah, I don't have much to say. We're going to whoop the Saints' ass. This is probably the worst team in the league this year. I don't care if Tyler Shook or if the Rattlesnake is starting. As long as we keep Alvin Kamara in check, this one's going to be over at halftime.
Yeah, I agree. It's a game at home. Tyler Shook. I mean, do I even need to go? Do I even need to say anything besides like his name and why he's going to be terrible? Yeah, I kind of see this as a blowout win. Maybe not by two. I'm going to say a double-digit win. We'll say that. Yeah, we kind of kicked the Saints' ass by a landslide. The next week's game against the Cardinals on the road, that is where I have us losing our first game.
Really?
Yeah. I just think starting off 4-0 is I don't know. That's an accomplishment, and I just feel like we're gonna have one of those hiccup games against a divisional opponent. It is a Thursday night game, so we'll see. That Thursday night games on the road for teams
in Arizona, that hasn't been a great thing for us in the past. Even if we've won there, it's bad things have happened in that stadium.
Yeah,
it's a cursed place.
And I mean, I think we're a better team than the Cardinals by a landslide. I just also think that's why you play the games. I mean, on paper we're better, but that doesn't always mean you win the game. And I think that this will be one of those games for us.
Yeah, I'm almost with you. Eventually we've won in Arizona so many times in a row. Like eventually we're gonna drop one. But I don't know. I feel like with this Cardinals rivalry, typically we beat each other in the opposing team's stadium. I don't know why that is, but I feel like that's going to continue here, and we're going to actually be 4-0 after the first quarter of the season. I just think Kyler Murray, as talented as he is, he just we're 12-2 against him or something as a team. Like, he just doesn't scare me. So
yeah,
I have us taking that one. But I do have us dropping the next game against the Buccaneers at home. We're not going to win every game. It might even be kind of an ugly road to being 4-0 in the first place, kind of based off of what I see happening. But I just think this is a situation where the defense sort of has an off week and gives up 28 points, and offense hasn't quite kicked into gear yet, and we lose 28-20 or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of feel the exact same way. I think we're going to lose this game too. I think Baker's going to bake, and I think it'll be a high-scoring affair. I think it'll probably maybe even be a shootout. But yeah, I just think the Buccaneers are a sneaky good team. I feel like they're easily going to win their division this year. And yeah, I have us dropping that game, going down to 3-2. Losing 2 in a row, but then the following week I have us in our get right game against the Jags, where we get back on track and we just kick the shit out of them. I just don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think he's terrible, and I think we cause a lot of turnovers in this game and expose Travis Hunter. And yeah, I think we kick the Jaguars' ass.
My only thought with this game really is just the fact that it's still early October, so it's probably going to be hot as hell in Jacksonville, which we will not be acclimated to. That's been a problem in the past, just the physical aspect of the game. But I don't think it's going to matter enough to swing it in the Jaguars' favor. It could be like a situation where we're down at halftime and have to come back, but I see us winning that game. So I believe at this point I have us at 5-1, with a game coming up against the Texans at home after that. And I think we might get into a tough part of our schedule here with the Texans coming to town. Honestly, like, just in a vacuum, I would pick us to win this game, but I just feel like going to 6-1 at the bye is just not realistic. So I'm gonna give us another loss here to the Texans. Probably a close game, like low scoring again, because the Texans have built a pretty good defense under DeMeco Ryans, but their offensive line is really bad. We arguably are in a similar situation. I think our line is better. I think we made better moves to address that in the offseason, but I'll give the Texans this one.
Yeah, I disagree. I think we're going to beat the Texans. I think we're just a better team than them on all phases of the game. And I think the offensive line for the Texans is going to be pretty much their downfall in this game. I mean, I guess they did take a tackle in the draft, but they got rid of Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when you already have a horrible offensive line to begin with.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not really a big believer in the Texans either. I just think we win this game Monday night at home. I see this as a Seahawks victory.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't know. I feel like I gotta not be such a homer and pick every game I think we're gonna win, because we're gonna lose games that we should win. You know?
Then following the Texans win, so I guess I have us at 5-2 as well, and then we got the bye week 8, and then coming off the bye week we have Jaden Daniels on the road. This is a Sunday night game. I think this will be a good game, but I think we probably drop this game against Washington. I just think Jaden Daniels, did we face him last year? We did not, did we? I think he's the real deal, and I'm curious to see if we see a sophomore slump, similar to how we saw C.J. Stroud last year. I mean, obviously C.J. Stroud won Rookie of the Year. Then fast forward a year later, Jaden Daniels is winning it. I am curious to see if teams scheme a way to stop him entering year 2.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the difference between them is Jaden Daniels is such a dynamic athlete. I feel like he can only slump so much just because of his athleticism and his factor in the run game and scrambling and off structure kind of stuff. But I'm with you. I just feel like this is going to be one of the games of the year, but I just feel like the Commanders will find a way to take it. So we dropped to 5-3 here.
Well, also, just real quick, I just feel like watching Jaden Daniels last year too, he was just making plays with like grocery workers. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Their whole receiving core, I'd like never heard of most of them. And then you had Christian McCaffrey's little brother. That's it.
Why does it say 7 p.m. on the Texans game?
That actually is true. It's a weird. I think it's like a
double header.
Yeah,
thing
and I believe that game is only on ESPN Plus, which is going to be annoying as shit because who has that? But I don't know. I wish the NFL would fuck off with that stuff personally.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Up next, we got the Cardinals at home. I feel bad just predicting sweep on the Cardinals year after year, but until they prove otherwise, I'm just gonna do it, and we get to 6-3 here, and just win like a 30-20 kind of game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have us winning this game as well. I think it'll be kind of similar to last year how we won. We just attack the ground with Sharb over and over and over and over again, like Marshawn said. And also, if I guess I'm assuming that Ken Walker's going to be injured by this point, but hopefully not. Well, let's knock on some wood there. And
I
hope he
mean, I
plays.
think our offense is much better when they're both healthy. But I have both in 2 different fantasy leagues, so it's kind of a win-win for me either way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just think we're gonna sweep the Cardinals again.
Yeah. I think we're going to win this game and move to, what did I have us at? 5-3, 6-3.
Yeah, so we're both at 6-3 heading into a game at LA.
Yeah,
Rams.
and this is a tough one because the Rams are so annoying.
Yeah.
I could see us, you know what? I think on the road, I'll give this one to the Rams. I think we're going to split with the Rams this year. I just think they have playmakers. We have playmakers. Our teams are kind of similar. And yeah, I just could see this game going either way, but I'll give this one to the Rams.
Yeah, Jared Verse is a monster. It's really annoying that they found someone that disruptive the second Aaron Donald retires.
And we could have had Jared Verse.
Yeah. I mean, I like Byron Murphy, but I mean, let's be real. Jared Verse had a much better rookie season.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen what Byron Murphy can do, though. He was just getting his feet wet in the NFL, so I think we'll see improvement from him this year. But we cannot shake this team. I do think this is truly their last ride. I've been kind of feeling this since like 2022, but they keep just kicking the can down the road with these veterans. We have one of those veterans in Cooper Kupp now, but I mean, now the Rams have Devontae Adams. So as long as Stafford is healthy, I think they're going to take this win. It changes things if he's not, and that could easily happen, but I just think, it's in LA. They're going to get every fucking call their way per usual when we play there. And they're just going to make one too many plays for us to keep up with and win like 24-21.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then up next, we got the Titans. I think I have us at 6-4 or 7-4 right now. So I think we'll beat the Titans. It's another East Coast 10 a.m. start game, so it could be annoying, but I mean, this team had the number 1 overall pick for a reason. I think Cam Ward is going to be good in the NFL, but him going against Mike McDonald defense with a lot of talent pretty early on into his rookie season, I don't see that boding very well for him. So I think we win this one like 24-13 kind of win.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I think I have us at 6-4, but then us beating the Titans, we moved to 7-4. I just think that the Titans they're gonna have a long season. Their quarterback play is gonna be a lot better, obviously. Not gonna have the Mayo man turning over the ball in every crucial moment of the game, and then doing the Spider-Man thing afterward. But yeah, we beat the Titans. I'm gonna say I'll put some respect on Cam Ward's name, and I'll say we win by 6 points.
Okay.
He makes it close.
Reasonable. So I think we're both at 7-4 right now.
Yep. And then next game we have the Vikings. I have us winning this game because I'm with the assumption that I need to see what's his name? JJ McCarthy play in the NFL before I can really have a prediction on what I think the Vikings are, because obviously they have Sam Howell as their backup, and we sort of know what he can do, but JJ McCarthy, he's a big question mark for me, and my assumption is I think it's going to fail. I don't think he's going to be able to do what is asked of him, and that's sling the ball 40-something times a game like Kevin O'Connell likes to. So I have us winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sam Darnold versus the team he was just playing for. It's J.J. McCarthy finally playing in the NFL. Didn't play a snap his rookie season and didn't play that much in college. So nobody knows what this kid is. I think that the team around J.J. McCarthy in the Vikings is really good. Kind of like they are just well-rounded at every position group. They loaded up on veterans on the offensive line this offseason, and can't really remember who they drafted off the top of my head, but they're a strong team, and this is going to be a tough game, but I think it's highly unlikely that JJ plays as well as Sam did for them last year, and even with that, we had this team on the ropes with like a minute left. So I think we're going to find a way to get this one as well, get to 8 wins, 8-4.
Yep, we're both 8-4.
I just have a feeling... Maybe it's because of the UW homer in me, but I just feel like Michael Penix is going to cook this year.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to steal one on a game-winning drive against us here in Atlanta on this next game. It's a 10 a.m. kickoff. I've had us winning all of those. I think we will drop one. This is another game where we should beat this Falcons team, but they just overperform for a day. It's just my prediction. But, yeah, I think that's going to be a fun game, high-scoring game. I think the Falcons find a way to win it like 34-31. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I also think the Falcons are going to win this game. I think maybe same reasons. I'm a believer in Penix, and I could see it where he works his magic and cooks at the end and beats us with like a last-minute game-winning throw to Drake London or something.
The velocity he puts on the ball on like deep intermediate throws is really special. Like you don't see, I don't know if there's a quarterback out there right now that has just the spin on the ball.
Every throw he made at the combine was like elite compared to everyone else. Like,
well, and even in the limited action he got last year, like some of the downfield throws he made were just like what he was doing at UW, where it was just perfectly placed in a small window like 50 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And on a rope too. Like I think he's legit. I think the Falcons found something in him.
Yeah, he's the real deal. Following the loss, we've moved to 8-5. We have the Colts the next week, and my prediction is the Colts will have Danny Dimes under center at this point. Anthony Richardson will either have benched himself or the Colts will have done it, but he will not be in the game, and we will just embarrass Danny Dimes.
Like we owe it to him after what we allowed him to do at our own stadium last year.
I think I was at that Giants game.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
I think so.
Did we lose on a blocked field goal in that game?
Is it the one where like we took it? They were on our 1
yes.
line.
Yes.
And we took it, housed it.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that game. So
yeah.
It's tough.
That's a bummer. Because that game was abysmal. And we talked so much shit before it. And
yeah, we made a meme video.
We should have
over it.
Like our meanest meme video.
Dude, after that play where we housed it, we played like hot garbage for the rest of the game. Like
I remember Gino had a pretty bad game that game too, and just it was ugly. But yeah, we owed Danny Diapers an ass whooping. This is not going to be close. I'm 38-10. You heard it here first. And it's at home. Like we're I think we're going to hit our stride here. So what are we 9-5?
9-5
moving into the Rams. So we got 3 games left. Rams, Panthers, 49ers. I think we're going to lose one of these games. I'm just trying to figure out which one.
I think we'll beat the Rams at home.
Rams
have to go on the road on a Thursday in December. That's a recipe for a loss for them.
I mean, their old-ass team could be feeling the injury bug at this point, too.
Yeah.
At this point, we had played them a full month ago. I think we're going to find a way to win this game. I think Cooper Kupp is going to cook, and we're going to win 28-27. It's going to be a thriller.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I already made my prediction. We got the Panthers next, This will be a good game, I think. I think Bryce will have hit his stride by this point, and we'll have a couple of quarterbacks dueling in this game, so to speak.
Yeah, if the young king plays like how he played the second half of last year, this is going to be a tough game because he was looking like a top 10 quarterback for a good stretch of last season, and adding Tet McMillan, kind of like a Mike Evans clone. They added another receiver in the draft that I like quite a bit. I think his name is Jimmy Horn, really quick slot guy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have some weapons. Is Adam Thielen still playing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But he's annoying. He's always been annoying.
Yeah.
Even at his advanced age. But yeah, I could see this one kind of coming down to the wire. I think we win on a field goal to win 27-24.
Yeah. I think we win as well. I'll say 21-24. Closer score, but I don't know. I just feel like the next game against San Francisco, we probably drop that game. Go to 11-6
Yeah.
on the year.
Man, what's the game where you need to win to go to the playoffs?
Yeah.
It is possible.
5, that's kind of right there, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is the Niners have a really easy schedule this year.
Yeah, there's a chance we could have nothing to play for in this game. But I've just always thought 11-6 with this year's team, so I'm going to pick us to drop this game. Even though I see a world where this team gets to 12 wins, for sure. I mean, I didn't feel certain about any of the losses I picked, and most of the wins I did feel certain on. So I just kind of meeting in the middle. I think 11-6 feels right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do too.
I don't know where that ends up being because the Rams are going to be good. 49ers have the easiest schedule in the league as a joke. But I think the 49ers took a huge step back last year, or not last year, but they did actually, but just in this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to matter more than people are thinking. But I think we probably sneak in as a wild card, especially now that there's 3 wild card teams. I know you had a 14-win team as a wild card last year, but that was rare. I doubt that's going to happen again. So I think we break the 9-10 win curse finally, move up into the mid wild card echelon, and hopefully win a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I see. Like, the ceiling of this team is obviously higher, but realistically, I don't think we're competing for a Super Bowl this year. I think, we have more pieces to figure out, more superstars to land. Mm-hmm. There's rumors out there that Trey Hendrickson on the Bengals might be looking for a trade. If we pull off a move like that, that would move the needle for me. Mm-hmm. Like having DeMarcus Lawrence, Trey Hendrickson, and then Uchenna, Boye, Derek Hall, that'd be maybe the best edge group in the league. And that's something that could really move us into true contender category. But I think we're missing that one true game changer added onto this team, really in any position group, to put us in that category.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't think this year is the year for competing for the Super Bowl. But I think we're right. We're on the cusp. And I think 11 wins is right around where this team should be. Mm-hmm. And that's really all I had for this episode. We got us both going 11-6. Pretty excited for the season to start. And looking forward to seeing what our boy Sammy can do under center.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this preseason, too, because I think we drafted a lot of guys. Think of Arroyo, think of Jalen Milroe, Torrey Horton. Guys that might not play a whole lot this year, but they're going to be able to go up against lesser competition in the preseason. So I think it's going to be fun to watch. I think this could be like the early 2010s preseasons where we just run circles on teams with our depth. But we'll see. You don't really know until you get into training camp how things are really looking, and we're still months away from that. But yeah exciting. We're going to have to think of some topics over these next few months because we're getting into the dead zone in the offseason. The true no meaningful news cycle. So yeah, let's hope more things like Stephon Diggs feeding cocaine to girls on a boat happens so we have stuff to talk about.
I'm sure he'll be in the news again. This isn't the last we've seen of Steph.
Yeah, he's really taken that AJ Brown route. Or no, sorry, not AJ Brown, Antonio Brown.
But, like,
Yeah.
Do you get in trouble for something like that happening? Like, what happens when...
I don't see how you wouldn't. I mean, it's on video. Yeah, I just feel like he's going kind of crazy. I don't know what it is with receivers. Trade him. Not to me though. I don't want him. Plus, he's on the Patriots.
All right, well, that's all I got for this one.
Yep, that's it for me. Go Hawks. Let's hope they exceed our expectations and get to 12 wins.
Yeah, or
That's
even
my hope.
13.
What the hell? Why not?
Yeah, but thanks for stopping by, you guys, and catch you guys later.
Yep, see you next time.